Hey folks, Chrissy here. A little more information on narcissism before our upcoming live chat with Auntie Karen. So, we're looking at behaviours in relationships, what happens when you set your boundaries, and how they react, how to protect yourself, how to move forward, and also some helpful places where you can reach out for help, especially if you need to escape a narcissist. Let's look at it. So, narcissist patterns of behaviour involve pervasive, inflexible and damaging cycles of grandiosity, like they expect. They feel entitled. An excessive need to be noticed for admiration and a profound lack of empathy. They're driven by a fragile self-worth. These behaviours manifest in relationships as emotional manipulation, entitlement, and the consistent exploitation of others to maintain that power and control. The core behavioural traits people with narcissistic tendencies or narcissistic personality disorder, NPD, typically exhibit several of the following traits. The sense of entitlement, grandiosity, an exaggerated sense of self-importance, frequently expecting to be recognised as superior without actual achievements to back it up. A lack of empathy, an unwillingness or inability to recognise, validate, or care about the feelings and needs of others. That sense of entitlement, unreasonable expectations of highly favourable treatment or automatic compliance with their expectations. They constantly require validation and attention, so that is the need for admiration. They react to criticism or minor slights with intense anger, contempt, even rage. They have a sense of arrogance and envy, displaying haughty, patronising behaviours, while simultaneously feeling deeply envious of others or believing others are deeply envious of them. The relation cycle, whether it's romantic, familial, or even workplace relationships, narcissism usually operates in a distinct damaging loop known as the idealization, devaluation, discard cycle. Love bombing comes under the idealization. The beginning of the relationship is often incredibly intense, characterized by excessive flattery, affection, attention, creating a false sense of a perfect match. This doesn't last long. Devaluation sets in. Once the individual feels secure in the connection, or when the partner fails to perfectly cater for their needs, the charm fades. It's replaced by severe criticism, stonewalling, and emotional withdrawal. Gaslighting sets in, a psychological manipulation tactic where the narcissist makes the victim question their own reality, memory, sanity, even deflecting all blame onto them. Triangulation, introducing a third party, such as an ex, a co-worker, or a friend into the dynamic to create competition, spark jealousy, or validate the narcissist's perception even. Then discard. Ultimately, the individual may withdraw from the relationship entirely when they feel the partner is no longer useful, or if the partner attempts to assert boundaries. It's essential for the victim to try and find some kind of support, because you do get lost in, you're walking on eggshells. You love the person, you don't want to upset them, you don't want them to go into the rage, you want them to be nice. And you're in two minds because you see the reality of things, but they have you drawn because they'll do something nice. They keep you in that cycle. Anyway, this is what they say about seeking support about the narcissist. Because the need to protect their ego makes true self-reflection exceptionally difficult for a narcissist. Individuals exhibiting deep narcissistic patterns rarely seek help or change on their own. Remember, predominantly narcissists do not see your value in the relationship. They don't see your value. They don't see your feelings. They don't acknowledge those feelings, have no empathy whatsoever. It's only when things affect them directly and it's empathy for self. They only see your value when they realise they've completely lost you. So if you've been in no contact with someone, that confuses the narcissist. They don't know how you think, they don't know what you're feeling, they don't know whether you're with another partner, they don't know whether you're happy, whether you're sad. That puts them in an energy of feeling discomfort because they don't know how you feel. Do you miss them? Are you hurting because they're not around? All those things. They'll try and find ways to find out information about you by feeling that they care, asking about you. I hope they're okay, how they're doing, do you know how they're doing? They'll try and get that information. They'll have a struggle inside with the reality that your emotions are no longer affected by them, by their words, by their deeds, by their presence, by their absence. You are no longer affected by them. They depend and rely on reaction, regardless of whether the reaction's, of love, anger, upset. It's a reaction. Long no contact with a narcissist removes these emotional things. They've got no idea. Your silence challenges their self-image. They might attempt to what they call hoover. So attempt to suck up, to re-enter your life and a way to I've missed you. Feeling guilty, remorseful. But then they might even remind you of the sacrifice they felt. Or it's there's always another thing to come in, putting it back onto them. It could be you don't realise how much I missed you. Well, you caused the issue. When the narcissist realises that they can't manipulate you any longer, they can lose control, literally. It can trigger resentment and anger. That can lead, most definitely in all cases, to a smear campaign, enlisting others, playing the victim, resorting to cruel words, actions, untruths, twisting stories, manipulating situations and people to see them as the victim. It's hard for the people in the public that don't see this side of the narcissist to understand. It's like, but they're so nice, they're so helpful, they're so bubbly, they're so friendly, they're so this, they're so that. Could even be helping out in the community, do you know what I mean? But behind closed doors, it's a different story. And remember, it's not the heart of a narcissist you're hurting. It's that ego. That's what it's all about. You've challenged the very belief about their position and your emotional energy. How you can protect yourself, a little reminder. Mourn the loss. Look and accept that the person you knew, the person you love, whatever that may be, is no longer that person. Accept the fact that the relationship, no matter what that relationship may be, partner, friendship, work colleague, child, mother, sibling, whatever it may be, if it's hurting you, we need to accept that. Mourn the loss, let go. Accept you cannot change that person. Your child, your partner, your mother, your friend, your work colleague, you cannot change that person. Moving forward, set firm boundaries. What am I comfortable with? What am I not comfortable with? What am I willing to accept? What am I not willing to accept? And remember, we're not willing to settle for anything less than positive reciprocal energy. Set your firm boundaries. Stop enabling your narcissistic person out of feelings of guilt. That's the cycle they have you in. Lastly, seek professional support to help you navigate this. Sometimes we think you're going crazy yourself. Surround yourself with positive people. Do things that bring joy to you. Don't engage in argumentative, texting backwards and forwards or arguments, anything like that. Detach. Detach, accept, let go. Let them say what they want, do what they want. What goes around comes around. Focus on you and your day. So if you're navigating a relationship with a narcissist and you're feeling harmed by these patterns, professional support can be crucial for your own well-being. For practical advice on establishing boundaries and dealing with narcissistic abuse, you can also connect with the National Domestic Violence Hotline or Refuge UK if you need help to safely plan an exit from an abusive or coercive relationship. So I hope that extra information has been helpful. Don't forget, you can join the conversation. Get your email in as quick as you can if you've had a relationship with someone who has narcissistic tendencies or full-on narcissistic personality disorder. The email is cafesoulpod@gmail.com. We will use anonymity. We won't mention your name or anything during the live, but we will read out your issues, how you dealt with it, how you've recovered, and examples of what that looked like in the relationship for you. So speak to you all soon. Chrissy's checking out. We will be putting the date. We haven't sorted the date out yet for the live. We want to get as many people's experiences in as possible to discuss during the live on this topic. So that will be posted for you soon. Take care.